Hello students, I'm Sonali. Let me ask you a question today. What comes to your mind when you think about reading module of your IELTS test? So many doubts, difficulties, questions and so on. Don't worry, I have strategies and tips which will help you out in an effective way while you solve your test. So today we are going to have a look at one of the question types, which is which paragraph contains the following information. Come on, let's have a look at the questions. Before going through the question, guys, I would like to share a few strategies. The first one, bilingual approach. When you are new to the language, always try to read the question and translate it into the language which you are comfortable with. It would be a piece of cake for you to fetch the answer. Second, get to the gist of paragraph. Understand what the paragraph wants to say. Third, after reading the question, look for the synonyms. Try thinking what words could have been used in the paragraph, so that it would be easy for you to get to the answer. And the fourth and the last, pay attention to the note if any given. If it says that you can use the word again, or if you cannot repeat the paragraph letter again, pay attention to those things. Come on, let's have a look at the question. But before that, pay attention to the note which says that you can use any letter more than once. Now, first question. An acceptance that not all diseases can be totally eliminated. Now get into the habit of underlining the keywords which are acceptance, diseases, totally, eliminated. Now think about the synonyms. What can be the synonym of diseases? Illness. What can be the synonym of totally? Completely. Eliminated, removed. This is how you have to underline all the keywords of all the questions. Second, examples of physical conditions caused by human behavior. Here you can underline examples. Physical conditions caused human behavior, underline those words. Next, a reference to classifying diseases on the basis of how far they extend geographically. Underline the word reference, classifying diseases, extend geographically. Reasons why the level of access to healthcare can vary within a country. Underline the word reasons, level, access, healthcare, country. A description of health geography as a mixture of different academic fields. Underline the word description. Description means definition. Health geography, mixture, academic field. Underline those words. A description of type of area where particular illness are rare. So underline the word description, type, particular, illness, rare. Now once you have underlined the words, try understanding the meaning of particular sentence. Now what students generally do, they read first sentence and they go and read paragraph A. If they don't get answer in paragraph A, they go to paragraph B. If they don't get it in B, they go to C and so on. They end up wasting so much of time. So I always suggest my students to, rather than matching sentences to the paragraph, read the paragraph, get to the gist and get paragraph to the sentence and match. If it fits number 1, put it there. If it does not fit there, go to number 2, put it there. If it does not fit there, on number 3, wherever it fits, just put it and get it done. It will help you out in saving your time. Okay, now let's go to the paragraph and read the paragraph and see what does it want to say. So if you go to paragraph A, first read the heading which says the interaction of health sciences and geography. First, paragraph A. While many diseases that affect humans have been eradicated due to improvements in vaccination and the availability of healthcare, there are still areas around the world where certain health issues are more prevalent. In the world that is far more globalized than ever before, people come into contact with one another through travel and living closer and closer to each other. As a result, superviruses and other infections resistant to antibiotics are becoming more and more common. Now, what do you understand by this paragraph? That there are so many diseases which have been eradicated. Eradicated means removed, have completely removed. Why? Because of the improvement in the vaccination. Because people are given vaccination due to which the diseases are eliminated or removed, I would say. But there are some areas in the world that certain health issues are more prevalent in the world, which is very big, which is very globalized than ever before. People come into contact with each other through travel, through living closer to each other. And this is how the virus spread. Now, once you have understood what the paragraph wants to say, go to the sentences and try matching. If you see first one, an acceptance that not all the diseases can be totally eliminated, but here it says that it totally eliminates, so it does not match, so leave it. If you go to second one, it does not talk about any particular example also, so you can eliminate that as well. Again, if you see the next, classifying diseases, so they are not talking anything about identifying any particular diseases or how far it can extend, so again you can leave that. There is no reason also given that any particular healthcare is being in the country, like it is happening within country. No, they are not talking about that also. If you see the next description, there is no definition. So again, you can leave it. And again, the last one, again, it's a definition or a description, detail about a particular area. Here, they are not talking about any particular area. So you can simply eliminate it. Students, always remember, do not keep any confusions. Do not let your mind have a second thought. All the answers would be tempting. You would feel that it is saying that, but no, that might not be the case. Now, since here nothing is matching, let's move on to paragraph B. Geography can often play a very large role in health concerns of certain populations. For instance, now if you see this word instance, you can go to example word which can help you out, maybe, I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and read. Depending on where you live, you will not have the same health concerns as someone who lives in different geographical region. Perhaps one of the most obvious examples of this idea is malaria, means particular disease, malaria prone areas, which are usually tropical regions that foster a warm and damp environment in which mosquitoes can give people this disease can grow. Malaria is much less of a problem in high altitude, means any particular disease which is a problem in one particular area but might not be in some other particular area. Okay, so now let's go ahead and match. Where does it matches? So if you see, again here they are not talking anything about elimination. They are not talking about human behavior as well. Classifying of disease is also not done, how far it can go. If you go to next, which says an access to healthcare within a country, again that is not the answer. If you see academic field, does it talk about any particular academic? Academic as in doctors, teachers, anyone? No, they are not. Description of a type of area. Are they talking about a particular area where particular disease is there? Yes. So you have got the catch. The answer is B. And the question is 19. With the question 19, which is the last one, has the answer B. Now once B is done, simply put cross on the 19th one, put cross on B as well. So now you are good to go. Now let's go to question C, which says, in some countries, in a few countries like, geographical factors influence the health and well-being of population in very obvious way. In many large cities, the wind is not strong enough to clear all the massive amount of smog and pollution that cause asthma, lung problem, eyesight issues and more in the people who live there. Part of the problem is, now here actually starts, now the part of the problem is of course the massive number of cars being driven. Who drives car? Human being, right? Driven. In addition, the factories that run coal power. Now who runs factories? Again, a human being. Again the human beings, right? The rapid industrialization of some countries in recent years has also led to cutting down of forests to allow the expansion of big cities, which makes it even harder to fight the pollution with the fresh air that is produced by plants. Now these things are done by human beings. Now let's go ahead and match. 14. Again here they are not talking anything about elimination of any particular disease or not even about the acceptance that it cannot be eliminated. Second, if you see examples of physical condition caused by human behavior, here is the catch. Who drives the car? Who runs the company? Who cuts down the tree? All are the human behaviors. So answer is C with the question number 15. So again, you can now eliminate paragraph number C since you have got the answer. This is how one by one you have to read the paragraph first and then go to the sentence. Like with the first paragraph, I would say with the second paragraph, with the first paragraph we did not get any answer. But with the second paragraph, we did get the answer of the last one, which is 19. So that's completely fine. Mark there if you have got C with the 15. So again, your two answers are done without getting any confusion. Don't you think it's easy? Come on, let's move on. If you go to paragraph D, which says, it is in situations like this that the field of health geography comes into its own. It is an increasingly important area of study in the world where diseases like polio are re-emerging. Respiratory diseases continue to spread and malaria-prone areas are still fighting to find a better cure. Means like the places where such kind of diseases are there are still fighting, are still trying to get the solution that they have still not got. Okay, health geography is the combination of health geography is a combination of stands for what? Definition. It is what? So it is the combination of, on one hand, knowledge regarding geography and methods. So on one hand, it's about geography and methods, and if you see, used to analyze and interpret geography. And on the other hand, the study of health. So those are two things about the health geography. The aim now, diseases and healthcare practices around the world. The aim of this hybrid science is to create solution for common geography-based health problems. While people will always be prone to illness, that simply means it is accepted that it is going to happen. The study of how geography affects our health could lead to eradication. It's not sure. Could lead to eradication of certain illness and prevention of others in future. By understanding why and how we get sick, we can change the way we treat illness and disease specific to certain geographical locations. So here they have talked about one particular illness which people have accepted that it is going to happen. Since they have not got the solution yet, they are still fighting to get the solution to it. Now, since we have understood this question, let's go ahead and match it with the sentences. It's paragraph D, right? So it is accepted, and acceptance that not all the disease can totally be eliminated. Here is the answer, that malaria and all, they are still finding the solution to it. So here the answer is D. Let's see if it matches somewhere else also. 15 is done. We have already eliminated that. We have eliminated 19 as well. Now we are eliminating 14 as well. A reference to classifying diseases on the basis of how far they extend. Again, that is not the answer, since there is nothing like that. Reasons why level, again here levels are not being talked about. A description of health geography. Did I tell you? Here if you see the second from last, if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th line, or from the beginning if you see the 4th line, health geography is the combination of, and on one hand it is this, on second hand it is this. That means it's a combination, it's a description. So here with 18 also answer will be D. I hope you guys are getting it easy now, right? Now let's go to question E. The geography of disease and ill health analyzes the frequency which certain diseases appear in different parts of the world and overlays the data with the two geography of the region to see if there could be a correlation between the two. Health geographers also study factors that could make certain individuals or a population more likely to be taken ill with a specific health concern or diseases as compared with the population of other area. Health geographers in this field are usually trained as healthcare workers and have an understanding of basic epidemiology as it relates to the spread of diseases among the population. Now here what they are talking about? They are talking about the frequency, they are talking about the diseases that appear in the different part of the world. So now let's see. How many answers are we left with? Just 2. So level, they are not talking anything about level, or are they? No, they are not talking anything about level. They are not talking about how far it can spread, nothing, right? 17th, if you see, reasons why the level of excess within the country. They are not talking about within the country also. So hence, E is not the answer for any. Do you guys think that that is the answer for E? Okay, now let's go to paragraph F. Researchers study the interaction between humans and their environment that could lead to illness, such as asthma in places with high levels. Again, here we have got the word levels. Okay, let me mark it. Levels of population, and work to create a clear way to categorizing. Categorizing means identifying, classifying, categorizing illness, diseases, and epidemics into local and global scales. Means they can measure the level. Health geographers can map the spread of illness and attempt to identifying the reasons behind an increase or decrease in illness, as they work to find a way to halt the further speed and re-emergence of diseases in vulnerable populations. So now here, what do you see? The researchers study and the interaction between human and their environment that could lead to illness. Means the way they interact with each other between humans and environment could lead to illness, such as asthma, where the levels of pollutions are quite high. People usually have asthma problem, right? So here let's see a reference to classifying diseases on the basis of how far they extend. See here, if you match, they have talked about asthma. Means the level of pollution is high, so people do get asthma. And if you see that work, if just after the bracket, if you pay attention, and work to create the clear way to categorizing illness, diseases, and epidemics into global and large scales. Means they can map, they can measure, okay, how far it can go. So here the answer for 16 is F. Right? Now only we are left with last one, which is 17th one. Let's say where it has hidden. The second subcategory, let's get to the paragraph G, guys. The second subcategory of health geography is the geography of healthcare provision. This group studies the availability of healthcare resources to individuals and populations around the world. In both developed and developing nations, there is often a very large discrepancy between the options available to people in different social classes, income brackets, and level of education. Individuals working in the area of geography of healthcare provision attempt to access the levels of healthcare in area. For instance, it may be very difficult for people to get medical attention because there is a mountain between their village and nearest hospital. These researchers are on the front line of making recommendations regarding policy to international organizations, local government bodies, and others. Means everybody do not get the, here they want to say that everybody do not get the access to medical help because they live far, or you can say that they have income bracket. There are many reasons. So let's see. Reasons why level of access to healthcare may vary. Yes. So this is the answer. That in the same country, a few people do get facility, but a few do not get. Maybe because of their income, maybe because they live far, maybe because they are social classes. So social classes as in the people who are poor do not get any medical help, whereas people who are rich, they can solve any amount of problems, or I would say any big amount of illness. So again, that gives you the answer of level as in the income bracket and how far they stay. So G is the answer for 17. And H, I think now we don't need to read, but still I would read if it fits any other. I don't think, because we are not left with any, that won't be matching. The field of health geography is often overlooked, but it constitutes a huge area of need in the field of geography and healthcare. If we can understand how geography affects our health, no matter where in the world we are located, we can better treat diseases, prevent illness, and keep people safe. Now, it is said that generally health geography is overlooked, but then by doing this happens, blah blah blah, which is of no use for us with any of the questions. So guys, I hope this has helped you a lot. Keep practicing such type of questions and follow for more.